we've made it to the last team to review, and that is Norv Turner's NFC champion Vikings. As you can see, Brett Favre has been, he's 40 years old, he's aging, he's sticking around as long as he did in real life, which is nice. He made the Super Bowl but lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots. They do have Brian Hoyer, who was a 5th-round pick last year. He might get a chance to start if Favre retires, but I also might have them draft a quarterback. They, in real life, went with Christian Ponder, and that is definitely something to ponder. Drafting someone like him to replace Favre, or at least battle with Hoyer. They do have Kevin Smith, who was a running back drafted back in the 2nd round of 2008. He's been their starter. They did sign Jamal Lewis, who's been an aging back who was with the Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants, and now he's with the Minnesota Vikings. I think that's Mike Bell and Jonathan Dwyer also there in the running back core. They did draft James Devlin at fullback. We'll see how he does. He is hidden dev, which is nice to see. Now, one of the best picks they made was they did draft Eddie Royal in the 1st round of 2008. They used to have, Randy Moss many years ago, but they did draft Mike Wallace in the 2nd round of 2009, which Mike Wallace was more of a 4th round pick. But in this franchise, I took him a little bit earlier. A lot of receivers were going in 2009, and so he was just one of the top ones. Now, the major player now is Rob Gronkowski. He was selected with the 31st overall pick in this year's draft, and I see him really taking off here in Minnesota. I think he fit the Minnesota style. Patriots did not have a pick in the 1st round, nor in their 2nd round pick was 32nd, so Gronkowski was not going to make it to them. And I didn't see any real logical move for the Patriots to trade for him, and I thought Minnesota was a good landing spot. As for their O-line, it's all pretty mediocre. Unger, their superstar, is only 74 overall. They do have Ryan Harris, who was drafted in the 2nd round of 2007. He's their best offensive lineman, but again, not really taken up to the next level. Jared Voltier was drafted in the 2nd round, and he might actually replace Meredith at left tackle. I haven't figured that out yet. Rex Hadnot is younger, and that's why he is starting over Tucker, because Rex Tucker is much older. Willie Colon was drafted in 2006. He's kind of been their right guard for a while. And right now, it's been if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the Vikings have kind of not fixed their O-line, but that will be something they need to work on. Now, as we move to their defense, we see Jared Allen, who was a draft pick back in 2004. 4th round, 29th overall selection. He's been very good for them. Interior D-line, not too great. Presley and Mullins, really bad, actually. So they definitely need to work on me. I might even consider trading, acquiring someone to really help them as they move into this year to help stop the run. They do have Derek Harvey, who was drafted in the 1st round of 2008. Someone that 1st round pick who's definitely turning out to be a bust. No real potential dev there and low overall. Ernie Sims and Chad Greenway are 2 solid outside linebackers for them. So Greenway in 2006 was drafted, and then Ernie Sims, I believe, was drafted in... Let's see, where is Ernie Sims? Let me search for him real quick so I can find out. Oh, no, Ernie Sims was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's right, in 2006, the 8th overall pick. But unfortunately for Ernie Sims there, he did not have the best go about it in Jacksonville, and I believe I traded for him. And so the Vikings have their pair of outside linebackers solid. They could probably do better with their interior. We see McClover, who might get replaced by Dakota Watson, who was a 4th round pick this year. But where they're really strong is their DBs. As you can see, Sean Smith being the lowest starter at 75 overall, with Leon Hall being in 86, Michael Griffin being a strong safety. Griffin was drafted in the 1st round, 20th overall pick in 2007. And that was the pick they acquired with the Patriots when they traded, when they gave away Randy Moss to New England. So it was Leon Hall was 2007, 23rd overall pick, and Michael Griffin was the 28th overall pick in 07. And of course, they do have Will Allen, who was a good contributor for a while. Let me see when Allen was brought in. I think he was signed. Nope, he was drafted 2004 in the 3rd round. So we see a very solid defensive back. Where they need help is their D-line. I mean, other than Allen, they need some help. Dewan Edwards and Agba, not going to cut it. Now, their kicker, Matt Prater, one of the best in the league, very reliable. And then there is, I believe it's Brandon Fields, who was a 6th-round pick in 2007. So let me know if you think the Minnesota Vikings can get back to the Super Bowl and give Favre his 2nd ring. He had a chance last year, but unfortunately, the Patriots were just too much. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this preview of the NFL season. I have never done this before, but wanted to give you, the listener, the viewer, an opportunity to see what I'm working with these different teams. It's sometimes really funky to manage every single team, but it's a lot of fun to do. And sometimes I know people don't always get a chance to see some of the work being done or how these teams truly look. You might see highlights when I post the highlights, but these are the makeups of this year's teams. So thanks for watching.